I'm going to talk today about technology and how it's helped me be a writer. Not having very little education in my school years, the very worst years of my life, I went through life the inability to read and write. And I had no idea that I was going to be an author and playwright and how I was going to achieve those goals. And as technology went on and things got better, I got myself a computer, and I had other people to write down dialogue and scenes and characters for me, and they'd been put in a box and just set back for years because I didn't think this was ever going to happen. And finally I discovered Dragon Naturally Speaking. So I go ahead and get myself a computer and get all the geek people to help me with that. I order Dragon Naturally Speaking Premium 13. And when I talk to these people, they ask me, "Where do you live, Mr. Day?" And I said, "Southwest Virginia." Now I'm thinking, and I may be wrong on this, they programmed it for my dialect. So I got everything going. I called Hollins College, who sent me a graduate student who came up and taught me how to storyboard and how to basically tell a story, because I'm not a writer, I'm a storyteller. And I went on with that and finally wrote my first stage play called The Wrong Side of Saturday Night. And I did it with Dragon Naturally Speaking. And finally got that finished and got myself an editor and had it all fixed up and got the copyrights, and I don't know if it'll ever amount to anything. But The Growing Season, my first novel, where I'd had other people to write the different characters, I got that box up. And first thing I know, after I got my storyboard ready, I began to talk to my computer, which I'm going to demonstrate that today. And it was amazing. I finally got the thing trained for Dragon Naturally Speaking Premium 13 because Nuisance, who owns Dragon, says that's the best program for a wannabe writer, especially one who can't read or write. In about 4.5 months, when I really got the thing going, first thing I know, I had 289 pages, 88,000 words. And then the next step, obviously, was trying to get an editor. So I finally found a good editor who was a retired journalist who edited and proofread The Growing Season. And it's doing very well. I've got 25-star reviews on Amazon. It's also available on Kindle. So what I plan to do today is show you how I achieve these goals with no education. I'm going to reposition the camera, and I'm going to demonstrate Dragon and all the things it can do and how it made me a playwright and author. I'm going to show you how Dragon works. I'm going to talk about the microphone first place. This is a blue condensed mic. Normally when you order Dragon, it'll come with a headgear and a headphone. I recommend that you go that route until you get really familiar on how to use Dragon, because this particular microphone, I can stand across the room and whisper and it will pick it up what I'm saying, and Dragon will try to turn it to text. So whatever they send you with the Dragon package, go ahead and use that. Now I'm going to cut Dragon on here in a few minutes and turn the Dragon page on. And I'm going to dictate. And the good thing about this program is when you want to say period or exclamation point or question mark, Dragon will take that command and do it for you. When you say new sentence or new paragraph, Dragon will obey your command. Now in just a minute I'm going to bring the camera to the screen and I'm going to start dictating it to you so you can see how it works. Now keep in mind that with my Southwest Virginia slang and slurs, it may misunderstand me because you have to speak the words, and form your mouth to the words you're trying to speak, and talk naturally. Don't get excited. Don't try to speak too loud. As you would normally have a conversation with people, that's the way Dragon works. So let's cut this thing on and see how it works. Now, the Dragon is not on now because it's asleep, because I put it to sleep. But watch this very closely as I give it a command. Wake up. Open Dragon Pad. Change font to 14. You are following ever, obey me. Select all. Delete that. I misspoke, so I had to start all over again. And I did it with a simple command. That's what I like about Dragon. It'll do what I tell it to do. Period. New line. It looks pretty good from here. I hope you guys can see how I'm speaking. The only problem with me using Dragon to write with, sometimes I get excited and speak too quickly, and it will misunderstand me. Period. New paragraph. Looking pretty good so far. I hope everybody can understand how Dragon works now. But again, being an author and trying to get... Delete last word. Delete last word. Delete last word. Trying to get excited or show emotions, sometimes it's a problem. Because if you're a writer, you can type your emotions, but when you're speaking your emotions, Dragon will misunderstand you. So you got to talk clear and plain, just like you're having a normal conversations with people. Select all. Play that back. I misspoke, so I had to start all over again. And I did it with a simple command. That's what I like about Dragon. It'll do what I tell it to do. Period. New line. It looks pretty good from here. I hope you guys can see how I'm speaking. The only problem with me using Dragon to write with, sometimes I get excited and speak too quickly, and it will misunderstand me. Period. New paragraph. Looking pretty good so far. I hope everybody can understand how Dragon works now. But again, being an author and trying to get excited or show emotions, sometimes it's a problem. Because if you're a writer, you can type your emotions, but when you're speaking your emotions, Dragon will misunderstand you. So you got to talk clear and plain, just like you're having a normal conversations with people. Select all. Read that.
I misspoke, so I had to start all over again, and I did it with a simple command. That's what I like about Dragon, to do what I tell it to do. It looks pretty good from here. I hope you guys can see how I'm speaking. The only problem with me using Dragon to write, but sometimes I get excited and speak too quickly and it will misunderstand me. Looking pretty good so far. I hope everybody can understand how Dragon works now. But again, being an author and trying to get excited or show emotions, sometimes it's a problem, because if you're a writer, you can type your emotions, but when you're speaking your emotions, Dragon will misunderstand you. So you got to talk clear and plain, just like you have the normal conversations with people.
Delete that. Go to sleep. The reason I showed you what just took place, if you give it a command, it will read it back to you in your own voice. If you say play that, the computer will talk for you. I think I've got that backwards, but you get the drift. You can hear it in your own voice, or the computer can speak it to you. Wake up. Change font. Scratch that. Change font to 15. Look, it did it. Change font to 26. Now the letter should be very big. So you can set the font just by speaking to it. The technology, I can't talk for this thing to understand me. But you see what I'm doing here. This technology allowed me to be a writer. Without it, it would never happen. So I'd recommend for you guys who would like to have an opportunity to write, and you're like I am, you can't read or write. But don't let that close the door on you to be a writer, for this has made it possible for me. Select all. Click File. Click Print. Click OK. It'll even tell it to print out for yourself. Isn't that amazing? Delete that. Go to sleep. Wake up. Play that back. By the grace of God, Hollins College, and Dragon Naturally Speaking Voice Recognition Program, I'm Jiffy Day, playwright and author. Select all. Delete that. Close Dragon Pad. Click No. Go to sleep. I just want to let my Facebook friends know, when I send you a message or put something on your timeline, you will see a misspoke word. Now you know to cut me a little slack, because sometimes I mess up speaking to this technology. Thank everybody for watching my video.